welcome to my channel, The Media. I'm Andrew. In this channel, we'll be looking at disruptive companies as the way to unlock exponential gains. If this is your first time in my channel, consider browsing through all the past videos. If you like what you see and hear, consider hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget the notification bell. That's the only way that you'll never miss another video from me again. And to all the returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. Of course, all those members who've joined, I truly appreciate you. And as is with tradition, I'm going to give a big shout out to all those members who've joined. The next one on the list is Hell Jumpy. You have been very active in the Discord as well as in the YouTube channel. I appreciate the energy. Welcome aboard. And for all those who are new to OTC penny stocks, consider using the links in my description box and open an account with Charles Schwab, and you'll get free money, and supporting my channel by using those two links. The second one is to Webull. I use Webull to trade before and after hours. I'm not endorsed by them at all. I'm just giving you guys information. Also, remember, I'm not a licensed financial consultant. Everything in my video is my opinion, and it's for educational purposes only. The last video, when I talk about gambler versus investor, I think they've had some positive feedback from it, and folks have asked me to share some of my experiences and some of my observation. And so today is going to be one of those videos, informational in video, that I think will be helpful for all of those starting out. For OTC penny stock beginners, I think knowing this will definitely help to decipher information, decipher facts from rumors, because I think that this is definitely something that is important. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about my experience in the OTC market and the kind of people that I see and what to watch out for. My experience with the OTC market have been very, very different. I think the OTC market has a different culture. And, you know, I may get a lot of bashers for saying this, but I think in the OTC market, it's a lot tougher. The crowd is a lot tougher. It is almost like, in the beginning, I felt like it was a bit of a slum. I felt like that going into OTC market. But that's not the focus of today's video. I'm going to make a video on this if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts on OTC being a slum and my experience in it. But today, let's talk about something that is just as interesting. I think one of the things that I don't understand, and I think this is something that I want to talk to you guys about today, is the stock bashers. I think stock bashers are definitely something that's very common in OTC markets, and there's a reason why they're not very well liked. And so in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about stock bashers, who they are, and how to rule them out, and so that your decisions are not swayed by them. And we have a lot of stock bashers in OTC market. So stock basher, what is a stock basher? A stock basher is a person engaging in an illegal type of market manipulation to make the price of an asset fall. Stock bashers rely on misinformation campaigns to decrease confidence in a stock, leading to an undervaluation of that stock. In some cases, a stock basher may have a position in the asset which benefits from a fall in price. Stock bashers. This refers to a person who spreads false, exaggerated claims against a public company in an attempt to devalue that stock. The purpose of stock bashing is usually to drive down the price of a stock so that the stock basher or the basher's employer may purchase the stock at a lower price than it would otherwise be worth. So bashers create misinformation campaigns, often claiming to have inside information on specific stocks or making hyperbolic claims about future performance of a stock. Stock bashers tend to target stocks of smaller companies rather than widely held stocks because the markets are more easily manipulated. In most cases, the stock basher will directly benefit by spreading highly negative rumors, hoping that investors will believe the false claims and sell their stock before it fails. This allows the basher and their backers to purchase the stock and reap greater gains. While this seems to be the primary motivation for most stock bashing, some analysts also speculate that some bashers are simply former employees or stakeholders in a company pursuing revenge. For example, stock bashers may target an investment firm that has notes that convert for more shares at a lower price. If shareholders can be convinced that their holdings are worthless and bashers can drive down the stock price, the investment firm receives an increased amount of shares. When the stock conversion completes, bashers who have acquired shares through this means will typically sell quickly as prices rise. This is sometimes known as a pump and dump scheme. Whether a stock basher acts alone or on behalf of another party, the practice is an unlawful form of market manipulation and carries significant legal repercussions. Recently, I've seen a lot of stock bashers in my channel. I don't understand why would they spend hours and hours and hours bashing on a company. If they don't like the company, then move on. Go to another company. Why spend all of that time bashing on a stock? If there isn't something in it for someone, then they wouldn't be doing that. Nobody has that much time. So let me give you a confession letter of a stock basher. And this was from an article from change.org by Ben Pauly. It was from July 17th, 2020. And basically, this is a confessions of a paid stock basher. So did you know that stock bashing is a profession and it's an actual job that you get paid? Like you're an employee and you get benefits and the whole nine. A confession from a professional basher, and this basher said, "I'm a paid basher. Yes, it is true. Today's my last day at this company. I'm moving on to a new job. I've realized that there are more dignifying jobs out there that can pay me equally as well. But before I go, I want to explain a few things because this just isn't right and I won't feel good about myself until I expose the sham. It hurts too many people. I don't want it on my conscience anymore. I can no longer live with a lie." And he goes on to talk about a company that he works for. He says that his company is not the only professional stock bashing company. There are many, many others. And he considers that not every single basher is a paid basher. There are people who are doing it for fun, but the unpaid basher will have some different motive. Here he introduced us to the world of bashing, and here are how we can spot them. He says essentially there are three types of bashers: advanced, intermediate, and beginners. An advanced level basher, also known as silver tongue devil, would spread false or misleading information about a company. They would deal in facts, countering every long post with articles, news reports, and opinion surveys that gave a negative impression about the company. An intermediate level basher, also known as the serpent, would try to weasel their way into the confidence of longs and create doubts using rumor or innuendo. Finally, a beginner level basher, also known as the pitchfork, would attempt to create confusion in the room by distracting other posters with satire, name-calling, and pointless arguments. The idea was to make sure no serious discussions of the stock could take place. A pitchfork was usually a basher, but not always. Sometimes we would throw in a hipster pitchfork such as Money Made and Laptop and a pumper like Data Tech to create the illusions of an argument going on. What was really funny in a perverse way, I guess, was that Data Tech and I sat next to each other laughing the whole time. He was paid a base wage of $18 an hour for his services. He was given $1.25 bonus for every decent quality post over 100 per day, as well as monthly bonus of $100 for every penny the stock had dropped from the previous month. And he was also paid a bonus for bashing on weekends. While this may not sound like much, he made a decent amount. He thought it dishonorable, the paycheck plus a nice laptop with free wireless internet connection. And he says that each of them sat in a small half cubicle in a cluster with teammates. Usually 5 people, was made of 3 beginners, 2 who would bash and 1 who would hype, an intermediate and 1 advanced level basher. Occasionally, for some of the hotter stocks, one of the beginners would be replaced by an intermediate depending on how much the stock was rising. IDWD was a low-level stock, meaning it got a 3-1-1 configuration. We'll embed this link into the video so that if you want to read the entire thing, you can. But what I'm saying is that this whole thing is orchestrated by these so-called professional bashers, and they go at it in groups. That's why in the last video, I emphasized the importance of doing DDs so that you're not swayed by these types of rumors, these types of bashers that are sometimes quite persuasive. But if you know your facts, you know your company, you have that full understanding, then usually you can counter or you can reason your way out to whether or not this is a myth or a fact. Why did I take this time to talk about these stock bashers? Because I feel like, some of the companies in OTC stock market, they are disruptive, and they're disruptive because they are creative. They're thinking of new ways to improve our lives as human beings. So I think they deserve a chance to grow. They deserve a chance to develop further. Take instance, Healthier Choices, HCMC. Their motive is to promote healthier living. Vaping, organic food. I don't think that those are bad promotions. I think that for all the stock bashers that's trying to drive their stocks down, these are people. There are all these employees working for HCMC. There's all these employees working for SANP, for Mine, for SRMX. They're trying to make a decent, honest living. And I think these stock bashers are not really doing our economy any favor by giving these emerging markets, emerging companies, disruptive companies, effective companies a chance introducing their products to the world. I just don't think that's right. And for all of us stock investors who are in it for the long run because we want to see these companies prosper, we want to see these companies do well because we believe in the products, I don't think that's fair to us. That, we have all these stock bashers engaging in illegal market manipulation activities. For that reason, I hope that the next time that you see a stock basher in my channel or in any other channel that you visit, that you take some time to converse with these stock basher and kind of knock some sense into them. Just like this stock basher who confessed and got out of the business because this stock basher realized that it's not a righteous thing to do. Simple as that. And there's a lot of people's lives that are involved in this. Investors, the company, the employees of the company. What if this company gets delisted? Would these say, for instance, SANP, HCMC, Healthier Choices, and all these other companies get delisted? What happened to all their employees? They go unemployed, right? And all of their ideas, all of that creativity is gone. So really, I would encourage all the stock bashers, if you're going to bash, don't bash in my channel, please. These are companies that I think deserve a chance of bringing their ideas to mainstream. So what I think is how we can do to help is say no to stock bashers. And if you see, the next time you see a stock basher in any channel, you stop and question them. Like I've always questioned people who are stock bashing in my channel. I said, okay, this is your opinion. Can you back it up with any kind of evidence? If you're going to express an opinion about something, give me your source. And typically when I say that, they don't really return with anything. And so we want to make sure that we do the right thing by confronting all these illegal activities. And I don't think it would take too much effort if we do that. Thank you so much. I hope that you'll join me in these efforts to combat these illegal activities that are happening in the OTC stock market and support all these companies that are disruptive and trying to make a difference in our world. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to hear more from you. Please let me know by commenting below. Thank you again, and take care.